Today, we remember the actresses of Fawlty Towers, the legendary series that turned chaos and comedy into timeless television. Many of these remarkable women who once lit up the show are sadly no longer with us. Their talent, humor, and presence brought life to every episode, leaving memories that still warm our hearts today. Whether they played leading roles or appeared in unforgettable moments, each left behind a spark that will never fade. This video honors their lives, their talent, and the lasting joy they gave to the world. Una Stubbs, the beloved British actress who brought warmth, wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of audiences, passed away peacefully on August 12, 2021, at the age of 84 after several months of ill health, surrounded by her loving family in Edinburgh. Her passing was deeply mourned across the entertainment world, leaving a lasting emptiness where her radiant presence once shone. Una is fondly remembered for her unforgettable roles as Rita Rollins in Till Death Us Do Part, where she perfectly balanced humor and heart. The mischievous Aunt Sally in Wurzel Gummidge, delighting children and adults alike. The magical Miss Bat in The Worst Witch. Her hilarious guest appearance in the iconic sitcom Fawlty Towers, the anniversary episode, which showcased her impeccable comic timing. And the warm and endearing landlady Mrs. Hudson in Sherlock, a role that earned her international acclaim and the admiration of co-stars and fans alike. Born on May 1, 1937 in Welwyn Garden City, Hertfordshire, Una grew up in Hinckley, Leicestershire, and trained as a dancer at La Roche School in Slough. She began her career on stage as a chorus girl and dancer, appearing in productions like Pardon My French and performing at the London Palladium, before transitioning to television and film with roles in Summer Holiday and Wonderful Life. Throughout her career spanning more than 5 decades, Una's natural charm, radiant smile, and incredible versatility made her one of Britain's most cherished actresses. Beyond her on-screen brilliance, she was a loving mother, a gifted artist, and a kind-hearted friend, whose legacy continues to inspire and delight audiences long after her passing. Elspet Gray, the beloved Scottish actress who brought elegance, wit, and extraordinary charm to British television and stage, passed away peacefully on February 18, 2013 at the age of 83, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and heartfelt humanitarian work. She is fondly remembered for her role in the iconic sitcom Fawlty Towers, where she played the poised and patient pediatrician wife of a baffled psychiatrist, perfectly navigating Basil Fawlty's chaotic antics with grace and subtle humor, and for her memorable appearances as Lady Collingford in Catweasel, Mrs. Palmer in Solo alongside Felicity Kendall, the regal Queen Gertrude of Flanders in The Black Adder, and roles in Doctor Who, Tenko, Agatha Christie's Poirot, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, and Dinner Ladies. Born on April 12, 1929 in Inverness, Scotland, Elspet trained at RADA and began her stage career in 1947 with Edward, My Son at the Grand Theatre, Leeds, before moving to London's West End. She gained early recognition through the Whitehall farces, performed with her husband, the famed farceur Brian Rix, and became a celebrated presence in theatre, film, and television for over 5 decades. Beyond her professional brilliance, Elspet was a devoted mother. Her eldest daughter, Shelley, born with Down syndrome, inspired Elspet and Brian to dedicate themselves to charity work, particularly with MenCap, advocating tirelessly for people with learning disabilities. Despite the demands of her career in charity work, she maintained a graceful personal life, supporting her family and nurturing her children, including sons Jamie and Jonathan, and daughter Louisa. Her passing was mourned deeply by colleagues, fans, and the charitable community alike, leaving an enduring impression of warmth, elegance, and compassion. Elspet Gray's life was a testament to artistic talent intertwined with kindness, and she continues to be celebrated for the dignity, humor, and heart she brought both on screen and off. Joan Sanderson, the beloved English actress who brought warmth, wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of audiences, passed away from natural causes on May 24, 1992 at the age of 79, leaving a lasting mark on stage and screen. She is fondly remembered for her iconic role in Fawlty Towers as the selectively deaf and hilariously demanding Mrs. Richards in the episode Communication Problems, where her impeccable comedic timing and expressive reactions created some of the most memorable moments in television comedy. Born on November 24, 1912 in Bristol, Joan trained at RADA, shedding her Bristolian accent to master her craft, and went on to have a remarkable stage career, performing Shakespearean roles such as Goneril in King Lear and Queen Margaret in Richard III, while also starring in West End hits like See How They Run and Anyone for Dennis. On television, she charmed audiences as Dora Sewell in Please Sir, Mrs. Pew Critchley in All Gas and Gaiters, and Eleanor in After Henry, while her film appearances included The Great Muppet Caper and Prick Up Your Ears. Though she often portrayed strong, opinionated, or domineering women, those who knew her described Joan as gentle, warm-hearted, and gracious, fully committed to her craft until her final days. Her legacy of humor, talent, and unforgettable performances continues to inspire and entertain audiences worldwide, ensuring that her presence will never be forgotten. Brenda Cowling, the beloved English actress who brought warmth, charm, and subtle humor to generations of audiences, passed away on October 2, 2010 at the age of 85 after suffering a stroke. Born in London on April 23, 1925, Brenda trained at RADA, fulfilling her childhood dream of acting, and went on to build a versatile career across theater, film, and television. Fawlty Towers fans will remember her unforgettable role as the nursing sister in the episode The Germans, where her calm, professional demeanor and understated reactions perfectly highlighted Basil Fawlty's chaotic antics, making the comedy even more memorable. Throughout her career, she also appeared in Please Sir, Dad's Army, Octopussy, and You Rang, My Lord, demonstrating her ability to bring depth and authenticity to even small roles. Beyond the screen, Brenda's dedication to her craft and her natural warmth left a lasting impression on colleagues and audiences alike, cementing her legacy as a cherished figure in British entertainment. Luan Peters, the talented English actress and singer who brought glamour, energy, and unforgettable presence to both stage and screen, passed away on Christmas Eve, December 24, 2017. At the age of 71, though her passing was only made public months later, adding a quiet poignancy to her loss. Born Carol Ann Hirsch in Bethnal Green, London, she discovered her love for performance early, making her stage debut at just 4 years old and winning a drama scholarship at 16, while also pursuing a singing career under the name Carol Keyes and later Luan Peters. Fawlty Towers fans will fondly remember her role as Raylene Miles, the lively and cheeky Australian tourist in The Psychiatrist, where her vibrant presence and comedic timing perfectly complemented the chaotic world of Basil Fawlty, leaving a lasting impression in just a single episode. Beyond Fawlty Towers, Luan shone in Hammer horror films like Lust for a Vampire and Twins of Evil, starred in stage productions such as Pajama Tops and John, Paul, George, Ringo, and Bert, and appeared in popular TV series including Doctor Who, Coronation Street, and The Professionals, showcasing her versatility across genres. Off-screen, she was remembered as a dedicated performer whose charisma and talent inspired colleagues and audiences alike. Her passing marked the end of a remarkable career that had brought joy, intrigue, and entertainment to generations, and her memory continues to live on in the characters she so vividly brought to life. Pat Keane, the beloved English television and stage actress who brought warmth, wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of audiences, passed away in early March of the 2010s at the age of 79, after living her final years in frailty. Known for her ability to bring life, dignity, and humor to every character, she left an indelible mark on British television, most memorably as Virginia in the Fawlty Towers episode, The Anniversary. where her sharp wit and commanding presence perfectly complemented the chaotic brilliance of the series. Born Patricia Margaret Keane in the early 1930s in Willesden, London, she displayed a keen intellect and love for the arts from a young age, which eventually led her to study at the Central School of Speech and Drama. After graduating in the mid-1950s, she quickly joined the Oxford Playhouse, impressing audiences with performances ranging from Greek tragedy to farce, and later made her West End debut in Robert Bolt's A Man for All Seasons. Over the decades, Pat became known for portraying strident, bossy, or anxious women in both comedy and drama, appearing in David Copperfield, Clockwise, and Without a Clue, always avoiding caricature and imbuing her characters with humanity and depth. Despite a career filled with memorable performances, she endured personal tragedy with the early loss of her younger brother, which shaped the empathy she brought to her work. Pat Keane's career spanned more than half a century, touching theater, film, and television, and her legacy continues to resonate, with her performance in Fawlty Towers remaining an iconic part of British comedy history. Yvonne Gilan, the beloved Scottish actress who brought charm, wit, and unforgettable comic flair to television and stage, passed away in the summer of the late 2010s at the age of 86 after a brave battle with breast and lung cancer. She is fondly remembered by audiences for her iconic role as Miep Noir, the flirtatious French antiques dealer in Fawlty Towers, where her mischievous glances, rolling eyes, and teasing lines with Basil Fawlty left a lasting mark on British sitcom history. Born in Edinburgh in the early 1930s to a dentist father and a secretary mother, Yvonne showed a love for theater from an early age, attending George Watson's Ladies' College and later the Edinburgh College of Speech and Drama, where she honed her remarkable talents. She began her career performing at the Royal Lyceum and touring Scotland, before moving to London with her husband Michael Gill, where she appeared in numerous television series including Z Cars, Crossroads, Dear Finley's Casebook, and Alan Bennett's On the Margin, as well as films like Chariots of Fire and Empire of the Sun. Beyond acting, Yvonne was a gifted writer and filmmaker, creating the award-winning short The Peaches, which represented Britain at the Cannes Film Festival, and later became a sought-after motivational speaker and communications coach for high-profile clients. Despite personal tragedies, including the disappearance of her younger son and the death of her older son, A.A. Gill, she remained generous, vibrant, and dedicated to both her craft and her family. Yvonne Gilan's performance in Fawlty Towers remains a brilliant testament to her talent, her comic timing, and her ability to make every scene sparkle with warmth and wit, leaving a legacy that continues to delight and inspire generations of fans. Amy Delamain, the beloved English television actress who brought warmth, wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of audiences, passed away on June 18, 1999, at the age of 93. Her passing was the gentle close of a long life, marked not by sudden tragedy, but by quiet dignity, as she spent her final years at Denville Hall, the retirement home for actors, surrounded by fellow performers, and her cherished love for gardening. Though often cast in small parts, her presence on screen was unforgettable, especially in Fawlty Towers, where she appeared in the classic episode The Psychiatrist. In that story, her brief but pivotal role added to Basil Fawlty's spiral of frustration, showing how even the most modest part could tilt the balance of timeless comedy. Beyond this, she gave depth and heart to roles in The Avengers, The Saint, Thriller, Angels, and The Moving Day Hospital, where her portrayal of Dodie revealed both loneliness and hidden strength, leaving audiences deeply touched. Off-screen, Amy's real life was shaped by both loss and resilience. Born in April 1906, she was the daughter of Colonel Frank Delamain of King Edward VII's Bengal Lancers, and her childhood was marked by sorrow when her mother died of rheumatic fever and her elder brother was killed in the Battle of the Somme. Raised by relatives, she found her calling in performance, training at RADA in 1931 and embarking on a career that spanned stage, film, and television. During the Second World War, she stepped away from acting to serve as a nurse with the Voluntary Aid Detachment, later performing for soldiers with ENSA, showing her compassion and strength in difficult times. Though she never married, she devoted her life to her craft, creating characters that were eccentric, wise, and often filled with gentle humor. Amy Delamain's life was one of quiet dedication, her work a reminder that even the smallest roles can carry great meaning. She may no longer be with us, but her presence in Fawlty Towers and her many performances across British television ensure that she will always be remembered with love and admiration. Stella Tanner, the beloved English television actress who brought warmth, wit, and extraordinary charm to generations of audiences, passed away on March 26, 2012, at the age of 87, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and memorable performances. Though the cause of her death was not widely publicized, her passing was felt deeply across the entertainment world. In Fawlty Towers, she appeared in the classic 1979 episode The Psychiatrist, where her sharp comedic presence fit seamlessly into the chaotic brilliance of the show, proving once again her natural gift for timing and character. Away from that iconic moment, Stella's real life was as fascinating as her screen work. Born on New Year's Day in 1925 in Whitechapel, London, she showed talent and determination from a young age, eventually training at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. Instead of pursuing only dramatic roles, she chose a different path and, alongside her sister Frances, created the Tanner Sisters, a lively act that captivated British audiences through the 1950s with hundreds of radio and television appearances, even sharing the stage with Buddy Holly. After a decade of musical success, Stella transitioned into acting full-time, debuting in television comedy in 1960 and going on to appear in shows such as The Rag Trade, It Ain't Half Hot Mum, Budgie, Coronation Street, and later EastEnders as Louisa Di Marco in the late 1990s. Her personal life brought both happiness and sorrow. She was married to American actor David Bower until his untimely death in 1973, and together they had one daughter, Alexa, who survived her. Stella Tanner's life was one of artistry, resilience, and devotion to performance. From her youthful beginnings in song to her enduring presence on British television, she remains cherished as an actress who gave her audience laughter, heart, and unforgettable moments. Betty Huntley-Wright, the beloved British actress and vocalist who brought elegance, wit, and extraordinary charm to stage and screen, passed away in 1993 at the age of 81. Her life tragically claimed by heart disease. She will forever be remembered by Fawlty Towers fans for her delightful role as Mrs. Twitchen in the classic episode Gourmet Night, where her sharp presence and effortless timing added to the chaos and brilliance of the comedy. Born in Hampstead, London, as the daughter of celebrated comic actor Huntley-Wright and actress Mary Fraser, Betty seemed destined for the stage from the very beginning. She was educated at Hampstead High School and trained in singing and dance before making her stage debut in 1928, quickly rising through comedy, operetta, and pantomime, where she shone as a principal boy in productions such as Jack and the Beanstalk and Aladdin. During the war years, she brought comfort to audiences as part of the BBC Repertory Company, later touring with the Carl Rosa Opera Company as Olympia in The Tales of Hoffmann. Her career spanned theater, film, and television, with roles ranging from the boyfriend on stage to films like Carry On Loving, and appearances in Steptoe and Son, Softly, Softly, and All Gas and Gators. Beyond acting, she shared a passion for antiques with her daughter, Bridget M.C. Connell, founding the Thimble Society of London and running a successful antiques business. Twice married and twice divorced, Betty lived a life full of artistry, resilience, and charm. Though her final curtain fell decades ago, Betty Huntley-Wright remains celebrated as a true entertainer who brought joy to audiences in theaters, cinemas, and living rooms across generations. Connie Booth, The American-born actress and writer was born on December 2, 1940 in Indianapolis, Indiana. She is best remembered as co-creator and co-writer of Fawlty Towers, in which she also gave a brilliant performance as the kind and quick-witted chambermaid Polly Sherman. After the series, she stepped away from comedy and acting in the mid-1990s to focus on her work as a psychotherapist in London. Her contribution to Fawlty Towers is still regarded as one of the finest examples of sitcom writing, blending sharp humor with lasting humanity. In 2025, she remains admired as a trailblazer who helped shape one of the greatest British comedies ever made. Prunella Scales, the distinguished English actress, was born on June 22, 1932 in Sutton, Abingdon, Surrey. She is celebrated worldwide for her role as Sybil Fawlty, the sharp-tongued and unforgettable wife of Basil in Fawlty Towers. Beyond the sitcom, her career has spanned stage, screen, and television, with acclaimed performances in productions such as A Question of Attribution and the long-running Tesco adverts alongside Jane Horrocks. In later life, she faced health challenges, including Alzheimer's disease, yet her legacy as one of Britain's great actresses remains firmly intact. In 2025, she is remembered with love and respect for a career defined by wit, range, and timeless performances. Sabina Franklin, the English actress, was born on August 15, 1954 in London. She appeared in Fawlty Towers as a guest in the memorable episode The Wedding Party, playing the lively character of Jean. Her career expanded beyond this cameo, including roles in popular series such as Yes Minister, Terry and June, and Lovejoy, where her charm and comedic timing were widely appreciated. She also built a strong reputation on stage, proving her versatility as both a comedic and dramatic performer. In 2025, she continues to be recognized as part of the rich ensemble of talent that defined British television comedy in the late 20th century. April Walker, the English actress, was born in 1943 in the United Kingdom. Trained at RADA, she became known for her versatile appearances on stage, radio, and television, and is remembered by Fawlty Towers fans for her role as Jean Wilson in the Wedding Party episode. She also made her mark in comedies such as The Two Ronnies, Yes Minister, and dramas like The London Line. Earlier in her career, she was even briefly cast as Sarah Jane Smith in Doctor Who before the role was recast, a story that has become part of television lore. In 2025, at the age of 82, she stands as a cherished link to the golden age of British television comedy and drama.